A very good evening to everyone present here. Today, we have all joined here to have the orientation, that is the course wise orientation for a few foundation level courses. So, some of the courses orientation has been completed yesterday, and today we have the orientation for few other courses. I welcome all the instructors who have joined here today with us, and a big welcome to the students as well. So, let us know more on the courses that you're going to study this term. Okay, so let's begin with the English courses. I welcome the instructor Lida ma'am to brief on the program courses. Lida, are you available there?
Yes, ma'am. We started.
Yeah. Please start with your courses.
Yeah, so we're planning to share a slide. I'm just trying to. Do I have co-host right? Can I present a slide?
I think you can. Yes, please.
Okay, let me try it then. Okay. Okay. Do you see the slide?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to quickly tell you the overview of the course that we offer, which is English 1 and English 2. Uh, so let's begin with the basic syllabus here. Am I audible to you guys? Because I hear my voice echo.
Yes, ma'am.
It
Okay, fine.
is audible, but yes, it is echoing also. I think Lida ma'am can mute. One of, yeah.
Okay, so Lida and I will join together from one account, so should not be a problem. Lida is here with me, so
No, now it is done. It's not echoing. After she is muted, it's clear. You can go ahead.
okay, fine. Okay, so week 1 to 4, for English 1, we are going to focus on the speech sounds basically. The first week, we go through the vowel, consonant, sounds, and then slowly we progress to parts of speech. Um, so wherein the focus will be words and phrases, and as a part of words and phrases we'll do vocabulary and model verbs and some basic idioms, um, and by the fourth week we'll get into proper conversational spoken English. Week 5 to 8 we primarily target functional grammar, that is tenses in particular, I would say. And then we go through the LSRW, which is the listening, reading, um, writing skills. So as a part of that, as a part of reading skills, you will be taken through various techniques like skimming and scanning, and how to do comprehension passages, um, and as a part of listening skills, you will also learn about active and passive listening, and how to listen effectively. And finally, that is week 8, we will focus on the nuances of words, which is stress and aspiration. So this is one place where this, I would say, is basically an extension of the speech sounds that we study in week 1. From week 9 to 12, we have speaking skills and writing skills. The focus is primarily speaking and writing skills. So here, as a part of speaking skill, you will learn about presentation and group discussion, and as a part of uh, improving writing skills, we'll learn the fundamentals of writing, and how to go about doing a good note and good business writing in essays. And next comes the professional writing. So this is about English 1. And as you advance to English 2, which is the advanced English course that we offer, um, we give you figures of speech and discourse markers, and then again advanced parts of speech, tenses and passives. Uh, then we also look at sentences and clause, as in how to write complex sentences without grammatical errors. And week 5 to 8, we look at modal verbs. Again, nuances of modal verb, not the basic ones. Then we then we'll discuss interrogative sentences, and again, once again, work on group discussions and interviews and writing SOPs. And as part of writing in grammar, we also look at punctuations. That is in week 8. And week 9 to 12, again, focuses on LSRW skills, some bit of advanced grammar, again, some advanced vocabulary, and finally, some advanced writing skills. So this is about the syllabus. Now, what is the additional support that we offer? What is it? What is it? The additional support that we offer for English 1 and 2 in common. We have the doubt clearing session, and this session will be actually led by Professor Rajesh. So, any doubt you have with regard to the content, be it English 1 or English 2, you will get to join these sessions and clear it, first hand from Professor Rajesh. And so, like I said, this is basically addressing questions also from the discussion group. So any question that we get in the discussion forum, if that's not addressed, and if we think it's something that needs further clarification, we'll also include that as a part of the doubt clearing session. Then we have the read with us session, and this happens on Sundays. It's a virtual reading session. The aim is to make focused reading a habit. So here you're expected to read your favorite book, from choose books from different genres, and then use this 1 hour to make focused reading a habit. Now, Learn the Rope will be hosted by Lida. So since Lida is here with us, so I invite Lida to present. Just trying to mute.
Okay, am I audible to all of you? Okay, I hope my voice is clear and you can hear me well enough. If there's a problem, please let me know. Okay, so to continue with what Kartika has already begun on additional programs for English 1, that is, we also have something called Learn the Rope. Now, what is this? This is basically we choose a list of topics from your modules that you need to learn for the courses, right? So for English 1, you'll have a set of modules, the 12 that she just discussed. We'll pick a few selected topics from them and provide you with a little bit of explanation on all of them. The topics that we think are a bit difficult or new for you to grasp, right? So we make a selection from them and then prepare worksheets on that, and we'll share that online with you. And I'll be solving or discussing those questions with you. So this is basically like a brushed up on the concepts that you already know and the ones that are new and you need a bit of help with. Right, so it's like a practice session. Okay, so for English 2 as well, you'll have this Learn the Rope. Both English 1 and English 2 is going to have Learn the Rope sessions based on your syllabus and your modules. And then there are workshops on presentation skills and group discussions. So the theory or the theoretical classes on all of this is a part of your modules, like you just heard from Kartika. So what we do in these sessions are give you like a hands-on experience on how to do these presentations and how to do a group discussion. So again, there'll be Zoom sessions and we'll be called in groups, right? An announcement would be sent out whenever they are started. So you can join using the link and you can come and attend these classes and get some first-hand experience on how to do a presentation and group discussions, right? And we also have a basic writing skills workshop for the English 1 students, and this happens towards the fag end of the semester mostly. So this workshop is going to teach you certain basic principles, right, in writing. And you'll also be instructed on a couple of strategies that you can use, particularly on descriptive writing and narrative. Right? This would be the seminar format. That is, you'll get a mini lesson for the first 15 minutes, and then you're going to do activities and other writing parts in the class. Okay. Next, we will have the professional writing sessions. Now, these are all for English 2 students. Professional writings would be a little more advanced. That is, once we started with the English 2 sessions and have gone through a couple of grammar lessons, we're going to introduce you to domain-specific writing, which includes, cover letter, reports, and SOP, or professional emails, so on and so forth, right? So we're going to discuss both techniques and strategies, and you're also going to have tutorial sessions and practice sessions on that. So you'll be writing online. There'll be no take-home assignments. We won't be giving you any assignments that you need to submit. Whatever you do, you're going to do it online along with me, right? This session, I moderate. Then Read With Us again is open for everyone. So English 2 will also have the same. So like English 1 had workshops on presentation skills and group discussions, English 2 is going to have on interviews and resume, right? So the mode is going to be same, seminar format. So you're going to attend the session through Zoom link, which will be sent out in the announcement. And again, you're going to be given tasks and assignments on which you'll work on, right, in that particular session. So I think you get a total of 6 sessions for all of these workshops, right? Except for the writing skills workshop, which is 4 sessions, right? That is 4 hours put together. So maybe 2 or 3 sessions. Then conversational practice, it happens for 4 hours every week. Now, this is not open for everyone. This is only for people who find difficulties with speaking particularly. And by speaking, I want to elaborate on this. This is particularly for students who come from a background where they do not have, someone else to talk to in English, right? Some of us, we definitely have that privilege at school or workplace, etc. But there are people who may not have partners to talk to, to improve on their speaking. So for people like that, we have this conversation practice session. So there would be an instructor who would join. They'll speak to you. They'll be more than a moderator. They'll be like a partner who will talk with you. They'll assign you tasks, and then you participate with everyone who's in the group to talk to each other and improve your skills. It happens every week, 4 hour sessions, right?
Okay, so then we have what is known as improve your writing and speak with us. Here, what we expect you to do is am I audible? Okay. Yeah, so here what we expect you to do is share samples of your writing and speaking, and well, that will be based on the topics that we give on a weekly basis. So on a weekly basis, we give you certain topics, and then you are expected to write in no more than 250 words. And speaking again, you need to record your speaking sample in no less than 1 minute. And then you are expected to share it with us. So based on that, we are going to evaluate based on the topics, and the samples that you upload. We are going to analyze it and give you first-hand feedback on, very constructive feedback on how you can improve your writing and speaking. So what is it that we evaluate in your writing samples? It's spelling, grammaticality, vocabulary, coherence and sentence formation, and structure of writing, readability, and all that. While in the audio sample, our primary focus will be the word choice and pronunciation. Along with, we'll also see things, factors like fluency and, pause and intonation and all that. So based on these samples, we give you an elaborate feedback uh, as to how you can improve uh, your writing and speaking skills. So here, we provide personalized and, individualized attention, just to, ensure that students can graduate as a, vastly improved communicator. So these are um, the additional programs that we offer apart from um the doubt clearing session that we have every week. Um, so any questions, any doubt you have with regard to it, please feel free to um, ask me. This is all we intended to show you today. Any doubts? Any questions about what we have presented so far, about syllabus, about um, the additional programs or other work we do?
Yeah, students, this is for the English 1 and English 2. Yeah, so if you have any
Anybody has
questions, we
any
have the
questions?
instructors here, so you can talk to them. In case English is all clear, we may move ahead with the other subject.
Shivgami, are you speaking? Because I don't hear you.
Is it?
She is. Oh, I'm sorry. Looks like there's some.
Yeah. Suzanne, you're audible. I think you
Okay,
have
okay, yeah, that's
a network problem.
no, not a problem, not a problem. Okay, I think no questions on English, and thank you both the instructors for joining with us today.
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, thank you. So let's move on to the Max 1, which is one of the term 1 subject, Max for electronics. Request the instructor Srikanth to please go ahead with the course details.
Yes, thanks, Yogam. So,
Yeah.
hello everyone. Welcome to this session. So, before I start, I just wanted to know. I see most of the students who joined are pretty not the new guys. So, how many of you have chosen Math 1? Can you please raise your hands? Okay, fine, at least one. Fine then. Let's. So, I'll just quickly go through the week-wise syllabus that we had for Math 1. As well as I will also introduce you the team. And finally, I will give you the reference materials. Just give me a minute. I will just share my screen. Yes. So yeah, as most of you know, this course is being taught by Dr. Andrew Tangaraj. He is a professor in electrical engineering department, IIT Madras. He is also the chair for NPTEL, IIT MBS, as well as recently has become chair for Code also. Okay, so along with him, there are two instructors who are going to provide support for students. The first one is myself. My name is Srikanth Venkateshan. I have done MSc in Mathematics from IIT Madras and currently doing MS plus PhD in Electrical Engineering under Professor Andrew Tangaraj. So along with me, I have this term, I have a new instructor. She is Samiksha. She has recently finished her MSc in Mathematics. She has also joined today. So Samiksha, do you have anything to say to the students?
Uh, Hello everyone, I'm Samiksha. I will be your course instructor for this course, and I hope see so many good students in this course. So
Yeah.
that's why.
Yeah, thanks, Amiksha. And these are our discourse IDs. So if you have any queries when we start the course, you would definitely have doubts that will come up. And there is a platform called Discourse where you can post by tagging us. Okay, so if you tag us, we will know. We will get a mail so that we can reply faster. So or else, whenever we open Discourse, only then we can see the queries. So I recommend when you have any doubt or post any doubt on in Discourse, do tag us. Okay. So this is the team, and then Math 1 is a very basic mathematics course where we start from numbers. So we see what are numbers and some relations. What is the relation? Some sort of set theory in week 1, and then we move on to system of linear equations in week 2. And from there we jump to calculus part. We start with sequences, limits, and then we see what are functions and how we can visualize functions, and there's limits and continuity related to functions. And in week 5 we see what is derivative of a function, and we define derivative function in week 5. And in week 6 the applications of derivatives. And after that we move on to, from week 7 we move on to power series and exponential functions. And week 8 we see the integration part, and week 9 of course will be applications of integration. So 1 week theory, 1 week we will show you the applications of it, of the concepts. And week 10 we see complex numbers. We will not be studying much in those about complex numbers. We will just see whatever that can be done in a week, that we will see. So we will try to understand what a complex number is, and we see different types of representations of a complex number. Okay, and there is a very great formula in complex numbers that also you will see, which is called Euler's formula. And after that, in week 11 we slightly focus on the other functions, the other important functions that you might see in some other courses, which are trigonometric functions and logarithmic functions. So we'll spend some time understanding these trigonometric functions, logarithmic functions, and also we will see inverse functions within this week. And week 12 we touch ODE. Again, ODE also we will not go in depth. We will just study what an ordinary differential equation is and just solve homogeneous first order differential equations. At max we see second order homogeneous differential equations. That's it. Okay, so these are the topics that we are going to cover in Math 1. And apart from that, each week we have assignments. So 3 variations. First one is activity questions. The second one is called practice assignment, and the third one is called graded assignment. So out of these 3, so you have to submit one assignment, which is graded assignment. The other 2 assignments you can submit, or you may not submit. So that is up to you. But graded assignment will count as an attendance for you. And also there is a 10% weightage on your T score. Okay, so you can also score marks by submitting graded assignments, and you should also submit graded assignments if you want hall tickets for your quizzes or the enter. Okay, so while you solve these assignments, you might get many doubts, right? While you watch lectures itself, you might get doubts. While solving these assignments, you will also get doubts. So where to ask these doubts? There are different platforms where you can ask your doubts. The first one is live sessions, which instructors will be taking care of. So me and Samiksha will take live sessions. So you can join those live sessions and ask your doubts and clear your doubts in those live sessions. And there are some on-demand sessions, and these on-demand sessions will be for a particular set of weeks. So as I am going through the concepts, you see when power series comes, or when applications of derivatives, there we study more Taylor series and its expansions. So there you will definitely require more support So in those weeks, we will have more sessions. Apart from our regular live sessions, we will have extra live sessions, which are called on-demand sessions. And the final platform is Discourse, where you can post your question and we will answer, we will reply to your question in the Discourse. Okay. So along with submitting graded assignment, if you have to pass this course, you have to give 2 quizzes and 1 end term exam, along with submitting graded assignments also. Okay. So finally, there are a couple of reference materials I have. The primary one would be the study material, which includes the videos and the assignments that are there that are available on the course portal. And you can treat the second one as the textbook, which is Thomas Calculus. It has a lot of problems. So after going through the concepts from the videos, after solving the assignments, even then, if you feel the practice is not enough, then you can choose this book. It has a numerous number of examples and problems you can solve. And along with that, there is one more book for calculus part, which is the author is J. Stewart, Cengage Learning. So the third one, Calculus 8th edition, John Stewart. And the final one is also a reference material. So if you want more understanding, if you wanted to move towards mathematics, if you want to deep dive into mathematics, then you can choose this book, Calculus Volume 1, 2nd edition, Tom M. Apostle. Okay, so these are the reference materials, but primarily the first 2 will be sufficient for you for this course. But if you want to learn more about these concepts that you are going to see in Math 1, then you can choose third one and fourth one also. Yeah. So I think that's all I have. And if you have any queries, me and Samiksha are here. You can ask, and we will be happy to answer. Any doubts? Yeah, 24F11 DAS. So I think you are the only one who has chosen Math 1. Do you have any queries?
No, sir.
No? Okay. So anybody in this room has any doubts related to math? Okay. If nothing else, then I think we can move to the next course. Thanks all for listening to me. Shivagami, over to you.
Yeah, thank you, Srikanth. Thank you so much. So we'll next move to the set of programming courses. So the foundation level, we have the introduction to C programming. I call upon the instructor to brief on the course, please.
Okay, yeah, thanks. Yeah, hi, good evening, everyone. I am Atul Pratap Singh, one of the course instructor of C programming course. So I hope you all have cleared this qualifier exam. So you have already covered first 4 week of this C programming course. So you know the basic about the course content till week 4 at least. So this is the course faculty. So Dr. Nitin Chandrachun actually have recorded the video lectures for this course. And he's the professor of IIT Madras. And this term, actually, this was Vasavraj Talwar is handling this course. And he's the professor of NITK Surathkal. And we actually 4 are the instructor which are actually we will help you during the course. Arup Chattopadhyay, Atul Pratap Singh, me, Abhishek, and Levin Nectar. So we 4 instructors are working in this course. So course outline regarding, so what is actually C course and why we are learning this C course. So basically C is the high level programming language, and sometimes we also call it as a middle level programming language. So why? Because this is actually very close to the machine, and we can also access the memory locations because it actually contains the pointer concept. Because of that, this is widely used in the embedded system development in the electronics field. Okay, so later in other simulator also. So this actually C programming is the very popular language which is generally used. Otherwise, the very similar language actually used in the another simulators which are actually used in the electronics field. Okay, and this is very reliable, efficient, fast, and easy to maintain, easy to write. So these are the features of this C programming course. Because of that, we are learning this C programming before starting the another electronics course. So like you will learn also the embedded C programming after this C programming. Okay, so what is the syllabus of this course? So let's discuss the beak wise. So beak one is basically introduction to computer. So we professor is starting with the basics of the computer. So what is computer actually, what is the computer architecture, and what is the CPU inside the computer, what are the function of CPU, memory computations, and the communication between the input output device with the CPU. So these are the points we will discuss in the beak one. Beak two are the basic next level data representation in the computer. So how the number is actually represent, how the characters are represent in the computer, how the float value are represent, and what is the compilation process, and basic about the operating system. So these are the basic topics which are discussed before the programming. Beak 3 is the main so this is the beak where the programming content is actually started. So this is introduction to C programming, where the basics of the C programming is actually discussed, like variable, operators, keyword, expression. So and like input output, basic programming, basic program structure. So these are discussed in the beak 3. And in next beak 4, actually the control statements are discussed. So control statements, how we can control the flow of the execution, so with the help of conditional statement and loop statements. Okay, so till beak 4 you have already done in the qualifier. So after beak 4, so the next content is beak 5. So this is function and scopes. So function is generally a block of the code, and we can create a block of the code, and we can give some name to that block, and we can reuse that block multiple times. So that is actually function. So function, how we can create the function, basic structure, and there is one concept of the actually using the function, that is recursion. Scope, if we are using some variables and some functions, so what is the scope, where from we can access that function and our variables, so that is called as a scope. So these topics we will learn in the beak 5. Beak 6 is a pointer. So this is the additional things in the C programming, actually pointer. So we will start learning the pointer from in beak 6, how we can use the pointer, how we can access the memory address of any variables, or how we can perform some operation directly on the memory address, and some alignment, compiler optimization, how we can optimize the compiler process. So that are the topics related to the pointers we will learn in the beak 6. And beak 7 is basically data structure, so that sometimes we need to store multiple records in the one data structure. So these are the data structure we used in the C, actually array and strings. Okay, so this data structure we will learn in the beak 7. And in beak 7 we will also learn the pointer arithmetic, what operation we can perform with the pointer. So what arithmetic operation basically. Beak 8 is actually structured data and custom types. So user defined data types, and how we can define the group different types of data, how we can store in the grouped manner. So some custom type data structure we will learn. So that is actually structure, union, and enum. So this is beak 8. And beak 9 is basically a dynamic memory allocation. So dynamic memory allocation, so generally in C programming, memory is allocated at the runtime when we write the program. At that time, when the program is actually compiled, at that time memory is allocated to the all data structure or variables of the program. But we can also allocate the memory when the our program is actually running. So at that time we can also allocate memory when the program is actually running. So this is dynamic memory allocation. And we can perform some. After that we will also learn this heap and static memory frame. runtime, that multi-dimensional arrays. So you know that this matrix, how we can represent this matrix, two-dimensional things or three-dimensional type of data, how we can store in our program, or how we can deal with, how we can perform the operation with that type of data. So that multi-dimensional array we will also learn in Beak 9. Beak 10 is file handling. So this is how we can suppose we have one some text file separately from the program. So how we can read that file, how we can read the content from the file, how we can write the content to the file. So that type of operation we will learn in the Beak 10 in the file handling with the text mode and binary modes. Okay, so text you know that, and binary mode is 0101, this format. So and bit manipulation, so how we can perform the bit operations. Okay, suppose if we have that data in the bit form, so how we can perform the operation on bit. So that we will learn in the Beak 10. And Beak 11 is just preprocessor and multi-file project. So preprocessor, basically this is the one process that is happened before the compilation of the program. So some related concept, macros, and how we can create the project with the multiple file of C, and how we can process the what is the compilation process of this complete multi-file project. So that things are will be discussed in the Beak 11. So these are the main content of the C programming, and Beak 12 is basically a free week or refresher week before the exam. So there is no content in Beak 12. So this is the syllabus of C programming course. After that, weekly content, what we will provide. So the first thing is lecture video recorded by the professor. And after that, we have two types of assignment in C programming. Theory assignment. So we will release two types of theory assignment. One is practice and another is graded. Okay. Second is programming assignment. So this is programming course. So definitely the programming writing skills should be there, should be developed in this course. So that because of that we have programming assignments also. So on same things, practice and graded assignments. You will get practice assignment and graded assignment. So marks will be evaluated based on the graded assignment only. But practice assignment, you can just do the practice and you can improve your coding skills. And another thing is in C programming course we have one timed lab assignment. So this is one type of lab assignment basically, and this is in the form of programming assignment. So every week we will release this one programming this timed programming assignments that contains actually 4 problems, and we will release this assignment in 3 slots in the week, or each slot will be the duration of 2 hours. So each slot, so in every slot the problems will be remain same. You can attend these problems in any one slot or maybe partially in multiple slot. Okay, so you have to finish all these 4 problems in any one slot or maybe partially in the 3 slots in the week. So generally we release this timed lab assignment in the weekend, so maybe Saturday, Sunday, or Monday in the evening time, so maybe 8 to 10 in the night. Okay, so this timed lab assignment is very important with respect to the OPP exam. So next thing is actually exam. So let's move to this. We have these exam, quiz 1. Okay, so this is theory exam, and the syllabus is generally week 1 to week 4 for this quiz 1. And we have 2 programming exam for this course. Okay, so programming, this is online proctored programming exam 1, and another is online proctored programming exam 2. So in OPP 1, the generally syllabus we have till week 7, and OPP 2 we have syllabus till week 10. Okay, in this OPP exam we generally really provide the 4 programming problems in 2 hours, and there is no choice. Okay, and we have one that eligibility criteria for OPP2 exam here. So OPP2 eligibility criteria is OPP1 everyone can attend, but OPP2 we have one eligibility. So in this timed lab assignment actually, so we select best 3 timed assignments score out of first 5 timed assignments, and that score should be, that average score should be equal or greater than 40. If this eligibility criteria is fulfilled, you can attend this OPP2 exam. Okay, and then NTERM exam we have that contains the complete syllabus of the course. For passing this course, actually, you have to clear at least one OPP exams with at least 40 marks. Okay, so this is one separate passing criteria in the OPP programming, this programming exam. So you have to clear at least one OPP exam with at least 40 marks. So this is the related to the exam. And another then we will provide this help during the course. So every week we will provide 3 live sessions. So first live session is basically open oblique summary session where you can ask your doubts. Okay, and we will also discuss the summary of the week. Second session we have solve with instructor practice theory. Okay, so here we will discuss the theory practice assignment questions, and you can ask your doubt in this session also. And next session we have solve with instructor practice programming. So in this session we will discuss the programming questions. Okay, and you can practice with the instructor. Okay, so these 3 type of session we will provide for each type of component. So first session you can ask any doubt, any related topic, and another session we have for practice theory, and last session we have for practice programming. So these are the lab session. Apart from that, we have this discourse forum we also have. So the discourse forum, yeah, you can effectively utilize that discourse forum. So, and you can ask if you have any query during the learning. If you have any doubt, you can also ask that query on the forum. Okay, and you can also help to the others. So that is also will improve your learning. Okay. So this is the last thing. Expectation from the learner. What are the expectation we have from the learner? So first thing is watch all recorded. First step when you are learning this course. So first record lectures, because sometimes some miss the lectures and learn the content from the original resource. Okay, so some maybe concept you missed from, so that maybe ask. So do not skip this recorded lecture watching. After that, solve all practice assignments by own. Okay, so use this activity in this assignment. So try to solve all assignments by own. Difficulty, just ask with us in the session. Solve all graded assignments by own. Next, actively participate in the live session and forum. This is the next point, writing course and experiment with course. Okay, so this is the main requirement of this course. Actually, professor also have mentioned in the first week last lecture. So what are the requirement and what is the main key to learn this course is actually just writing the code. Okay, so this is actually programming course, and this required actually lots of writing practice. Okay, so without writing course, you cannot learn this code and you cannot proficient in the coding. So writing course, and when you are writing the course, just do experiment with the code. So you will also learn the debugging skills. So if you just did any mistakes, so what type of error comes and how you can resolve that. So that things is also required to learn programming course in the better way. And this course actually needs approx 15 to 20 hours work weekly load. Those who are actually very beginner in the programming. Okay, those who have some experience in the programming before, so maybe this time will be less. So this is all about the C programming, yeah, course. So if you have any doubt, if you have any query, then you can ask.
Atul, if you can mention something about the weekly timed assignments, because it also goes into a part of the final score.
Yeah, I have mentioned. Let me mention again. Okay.
Yeah.
One second. Yeah. So as I mentioned, we have this timed lab assignment. This is very important. Okay, and this also contain very high weightage in the total score. And this also have so this OPP2 exam is actually dependent on this. So timed lab assignment means we will release these assignments from week 5 onwards. Once the week 5 is completed, then we will start releasing this timed lab assignment. And this timed assignments, actually every week we will release this timed assignment that contain 4 programming problems. Okay, and we will release this timed assignment in 3 slots in 3 days in a week. Okay, and each slot actually contain the same problems, and you can attend these 4 problems in any one of the slot, or you maybe attend in partially, like, so one problem you can attend in the first slot, and another 3 problems you can attend in the next slots. Okay, but you have to complete all 4 problems in every week in any so in these 3 slots only. Okay, so and each slot duration is 2 hours. So we generally release this timed lab assignment in night, so maybe from 8 to 10 or 7 to 9. So that information we will release later in the course. So you can just try to complete all the 4 problems in 2 hours. And this timed lab assignment, why we are giving this timed constraint? Because we just wanted to prepare you to attend the OPP exams, because OPP exam also contain 4 problems in 2 hours. Okay, so just practice in the similar way. Okay, and because this OPP2 exam, you cannot attend this OPP2 exam without getting for average 40 marks, average score more than 40 in best 3 out of first 5 time assignments. If you don't have this criteria fulfilled, you cannot attend this OPP2 exam. So OPP2 exam also contains some weightage that you can check in the grading document. So if you not complete this lab assignment, you will lose your that timed assignment weightage. Okay, and also you cannot attend this OPP2 exam. So that weightage will also be you will lose. So this timed lab assignment, just complete this timed assignment on time. Do not miss any timed assignment from the first. Okay, so this is all about the timed assignments. Okay, so if anyone have any query, you can ask. Any query from anyone?
Sir, is there any suggested books, sir, textbooks, sir, for practice or for seeing the examples, sir, solved examples?
Yeah, professor have shared some reference books. Okay, so we will also share that books. Okay, I'm sharing in the links. Okay, that link, that book's name in the chat. Okay. One second, just wait.
Hello.
Yeah, Pravan.
Have you covered embedded C program today discussion?
Yes, we will discuss about this.
Yeah.
Embedded C. Okay. Yeah, Sivagami ma'am, you can continue with the next course. So meanwhile, I'll share.
Thank you, Atul. Yeah. Okay. So we'll move on to the next course, which will be the Linux shell. I call upon the instructors to please detail on the course.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Am I audible?
Yeah, very much.
Okay, so let me just start the presentation. So, good evening, everyone. My name is Sushil, and I'm one of the course instructors for the Introduction to Linux Shell. The faculty name is Professor Gandham Fani Kumar sir, and with me there will be 2 more instructors who will be teaching you this course, namely Shubhendu and Himrata ma'am. So, just to give you an overview, the general structure of the course, as you all know, is of 5 credits, of which 3 credits are given towards theory, while the 2 credits are given towards the lab component of it. So the programming in C is your core requisite, and you will have quiz 1, OPP exam, and an interim exam. In OPP, you will get 2 attempts. So if you fail the OPP, a week after that, another OPP will be held, thereby giving you an extra chance to attempt the OPP. Please remember, if you fail to appear in the first OPP and only appear in the second attempt of it, you will only get 1 attempt in that case. Okay. Apart from that, you also will be having NPPs and regular GRPs to practice. So the quiz 1, the graded assignments, NPP and NTERM constitutes about 60% of the weightage. And the OPP 1, a VM task and biweekly lab will constitute around 40% of the weightage. The biweekly lab component is essentially every 2 weeks we will have a lab. A set of activities will be asked from you to complete, and you're supposed to complete it in complete and then put it into a report for us to assess. This has to be done in timely manner as it constitutes about 40% of your weightage. For the NTERM eligibility, it is compulsory to attend OPPE with at least 40 marks, and average GRPA score should be greater than 40. The course grade eligibility criteria is to attend NTERM and should have the OPP should be greater than or equal to 40, and you need to complete all the lab activities. That is minimum of 40% of the tasks in all 5 labs has to be attempted, and 100% of the task completion should be done at least in 3 of the labs. Okay. So just to give an brief overview, we just saw the introduction to C programming PPT, and it will be I don't know how many of you know, the invention of C was the foundation for the Linux itself. So the precursor to the Linux was Unix operating system, and to design that Unix operating system, people needed a higher level language. So they came up with language which is C, which is also a core requisite to this course. What essentially Linux shell will allow you is to do automation in embedded systems. It will also teach you how to stream input processing, how you can generate cloud instances, how you can do remote diagnosis, and also speedy execution. So if you understand what all, how to work with Linux shell and are able to create shell scripts, you should be able to do your day-to-day course as a regular ES student. The course objective and the learning outcomes for this course is that for those of you who have not yet interacted to the Linux OS, we would like you to get acclimated to Linux OS and especially to the command line interface. Many of us are very used to using GUI, but in terminal environment, you are only allowed to work with set of commands, which you have to type it out. So how you can work with it is what you will learn in this course. So most of the inbuilt commands and programs and their use cases is what we will learn, is how you can use all of these commands one after another to get certain tasks done, is what we expect, at least by the end of it, you should be able to do. Then you should be able to create, edit, manage files and folders and their permissions, in a remote instance. So for that, from the week 1 itself, you will be given a course virtual machine onto which you can remotely log in, and you should learn. You'll learn within first 2 weeks itself is to how to create, edit, and manage files and folders and their permissions. And then when you are given a certain set of tasks, so for example, you want to do a data analysis on a stream of input data coming in from your sensor, how you can do that? So for that, you need to understand what all commands you have to work with and how you are going to position them one after another to create a general workflow. That is what you will also should be able to learn by the end of this course. We will also introduce statements, loops, variables, environments in Bash and how to work with them. By the end of this course, we expect you to write at least some advanced level Bash scripts, And the most important aspect in this particular course you will be learning is how to use regular expressions with commands and programs. So what we expect is that we really don't want you to only read or just to listen to the lectures or to watch the lectures. Apart from just doing what professor is doing in the lectures, we would like you to explore each of the command and its use cases and different ways it can be used. So we really encourage hands-on approach to in this particular course. So additional support on the command and its use cases, like I said, can also be if you have any difficulties, like you're logged in and now you don't know how to work with certain set of commands, you can always, there are certain set of options you have available, to which I will come back later, like what all options you have available to get in touch with us. And what the expectation from us, from you, is that you practice all the commands which are taught in a particular week and learn about its at least basic use cases. And you need to attend all of the bi-weekly labs, which will be conducted on the virtual machine. So just to give you a brief overview what a Linux operating system is. So it essentially, it's the Linux kernel and associated programs is called as a Linux OS. But what Linux is essentially the kernel itself, which controls the hardware. It tells what kind of resources can be allocated to set of programs. So it provides an interface between a hardware and the program, and it manages its work, the hardware workload. Okay, so shell is very efficient way of automating all of these things. So let's skip that. So you will have total 10 weeks of lectures. You will be learning file handling and management, some set of commands, process control, like how you can do input and output control, different shell variables, and how you can do shell scripting, regular expressions, and some of the very important utilities like grep, mix, head, awk, and git is what you will be learning in this course. To break down the concept week by week, in the first week you will be introduced to the Linux itself, as to how various ways you can have Linux on your machine, and basic file system hierarchy of a Linux operating system, like how the files and folders are structured in a Linux operating system, as it is very different than your usual Windows operating system. We also introduce set of commands which are important to read a file, to move, to change permissions, and all of those you will learn in the first week itself. In the second week, you will be learning how to use command line editors, right? Everyone is maybe must have used Notepad or WordPad on their Windows system, but on Linux, how we can use in command line different type of editors is what we'll be introducing in the second week itself, so that you should get started with writing small scripts in the second week itself. Apart from that, we will also introduce networking, of which SSH is an important module which you will learn, and you will learn how you can access a remote machine by using SSH command. In week 3, you will learn how you can combine files and commands in Linux. You will learn about process control, redirections, and software management. In the 4th week, the regular expressions are introduced. With regular expressions and a set of commands you have learned already, in first 4 week itself will give you a good flavor of what all you can do with some of the shell scripts. In the 5th week, we go in depth with shell variables. We talk about what are global, local, environmental variables, how to set them, what are different type of arrays which are available to you, and how you can manipulate these variables. So that is what you will learn in week 5. Week 6, you will get to learn the bash script basics, such as how to source it, run it, location. But in your bi-weekly labs, right, you will get a head start on the 6th week content. And in the 7th week, you will look at the loops, you will look at test, command, shift statements, if, negation, all of these things you will be learning in the week 7. In week 8, you will learn sed and script automation. So and SED is kind of like a word processor for a command line, while awk, which is introduced in the 9th week, is like an Excel sheet processor. How you can work with them and do a real-time analysis of whatever input is coming from a standard input is what you will learn in here. And then in the 10th week, you will learn about hardwares, Git, managing storages, and all of these concepts. Okay, so these are the week by week content you will have in the Linux introduction to Linux course. If you guys have any queries, please do let me know. I can take questions now.
Sir, please discuss once again the different exams patterns, sir.
Exam pattern. Just
Yes.
a minute. Yeah. So basically, you have quiz 1. Okay. At the end of your week 5, you will get a quiz 1. Then you will have an OPP towards the end of your term. Okay, before your end term exam, you will have an OPP exam. This OPP exam, you will get some set of questions you have to solve. If you are not able to solve those questions, you will get a second attempt a week after that exam. Okay. You will have an end term exam. Those are all exams you have. The most important aspect of this course is your bi-weekly lab. So bi-weekly labs are compulsory. We will circulate a Google Sheet into which you need to append your lab reports at the end of each week. Okay. And the lab TAs will assess all of these lab reports generated by you. Set of instruction as to what all activities you're supposed to do for the lab will be released on each alternate week on Saturday morning. Okay, you will have 3 days time to finish it up. Okay, so let me just put up slides again. Yeah, I said you have quiz 1, OPP, and then end term. Okay, so exam wise it is pretty simple, but the most important aspect of all of it is your bi-weekly assignments. Your bi-weekly lab component is very, very important, and if you are not able to do those activities, it will be very difficult for you to work with OPPs. Okay, so we highly recommend that you take the lab activities seriously and attend. Apart from that, you will get 2 live sessions with the instructors each week, and then you will have a lab session each alternate week, which will be of about 3 hours. We'll describe what all tasks you are supposed to do, and then you will give you 3 days to complete those tasks. Okay. So one lab session, one instructor session will be dedicated towards open session where you get to ask any question you have on that particular week or previous week's content. And in another session, you will have solve with instructor session where we will give you set of questions to practice. So these will be mostly coding questions, and you should be able to attempt them. In case you have any difficulties, instructor will be with you in live session doing the same questions with you. So if you have any doubts, you can ask them and they will help you out with your mostly the not exact answer, but they will help you out with your approach. Okay. Apart from that, you will also have TA sessions regularly. Does that answer your query?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Sorry. Yeah. Please come again. Hello.
Yes, sir. Understood, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. No problem. Any other queries you guys have?
Yeah, Santosh, please talk.
Yeah, thanks, Shivagavi. See, this question is threefold. First of all, is my audio clear?
Yes, yes.
Yes, yes, it is clear.
All right. So the first question is, since C was, a prerequisite, uh, what sort of aspects has to be very clear, right? When we come to Linux, because one is an OS and the other is a language. Please bear in mind that this question is coming from a person who's out of touch for the last 20 years. Okay. So
The
no,
C
let me.
is a core requisite to this
Sushil, is it
course.
okay that I can pose the three questions and then you can choose
Yeah, sure,
to reply, right? So,
Go ahead,
so I want
please.
to be clear on what aspects of C. That's one. The second is the evaluation in this, right? While C, the evaluation was more into did we understand the language, grammar, and were we able to use that language to solve the problems? Would the same type of evaluation continue in this program? So that's question number two. The last question is on the specifications for setting up the VM. Keeping in mind that I personally had some challenges last time because we work with company devices which might not allow a third party, right? But we were able to resolve thanks to Girish. But is there any third party that has to be added on? Because that is going to be very crucial. So if you could clarify on this three, that would be great. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, like I said, the C language is a core requisite. In C, the compilation you do, right? Eventually, compilation of your code. So there is something called make utility you will have in here, right? So because this is just an introduction course for you to Linux, there is a lot of similarity between what C is doing and what system calls in Linux do. Okay, so in that sense, you can say that they are core requisites. Okay. To answer your second question as to what kind of questions there will be, right? So say, for example, in C, if I ask you, I give you a file, okay? And now if I give you a log file and I ask you, you count how many successful logins there were, right? So the approach in C language will be very different, right? Where you will need to use you have to create your own functions, or you need to use your own library to pass that particular file and all that. In here, you have command line tools to do that. So how you can use command line tools to, in a particular logical sequence to get it done is what you will be learning in this course. So of course there will be logic, but the approach will be different compared to what usually you do in C language or in Python, right? So that is for the second one. And third one, the VM is set up by us on our end. So all you have to do is to share the public key with us in the first week itself. And the moment you share the public key with us, you will get a passwordless access to this VM. So as long as you have if you have Windows 10, then command prompt works because then OpenSSH is already installed in it. If you have older versions like say Windows 7 or prior to that, then you may need to use a third-party software like Cygwin to access a terminal or to install OpenSSH into it. As long as you have OpenSSH in your system, you should be able to access the virtual machine. So the setup part is totally from our side. So course VM is where we will host all of the questions also for you to practice.
Yeah, thanks. I think that clarifies. Just a simple follow-up question. The C language, Linux, are they mutually exclusive? See, I'm talking from the point of developing solutions, and we do a lot of testing right on the chips, and we get stuck. And is there something that what do you call it? Are we very specific on which platform that we work, or is it mutually exclusive, or it could be up? For example, you were talking about. Linux is is a different approach compared to C, right? So, are we right in the direction that look, I have multiple approach to solve a design issue, or a combination of the skills is required? Yeah.
You're asking whether you can combine C as well as the Linux, or are they very separate?
Right. Correct.
Right. So, see, the C language is what they have used to develop Linux kernel itself, the Unix kernel. Okay. So to do the low-level programming, right, they usually use C programming. But you have to understand the history of Linux itself. The Unix, which onto which this Linux is based upon, right? Like it takes a lot of features from the Unix. So say for example, you have interrupt signals, right? In C. So you can write a code as to do some very chip level programming as to how a program should behave or not behave. Something similar you can also do it using Linux. Okay, there's something called system calls. But usually people use C programming in here. So you are not going to go in that level depth in this course. In here, we will be simply introducing you as to how to use shell scripts to do certain set of operations. They may not be pertaining to a chip level at this moment. But the moment, say for example, what kind of chips you have worked with? What kind of platforms? So for
I might
example,
not be. Yeah, I might not be able to, but the exposure. See, the question, Sushil, what I'm asking is, the challenge that I'm currently facing is that are we, thoroughly trained on the basics? Where the question is coming from is that the reason why we are not able to break through, in this industry, we are just sort of what you call it, limiting ourselves to most of a testing environment, correct? Rather than the design. One of the things that is that the skill supply in that area is very rare. Maybe we can have a different discussion. The aspect of learning Linux, right, as an OX, will it allow me to sort out that issue that I might be able to get into very basic, what do you call it, problem solving? Be it, what do you call it, agnostic of, whichever chip that I'm working on. Maybe if this is not the right forum, we will discuss it somewhere else.
Yeah. So, like you said, right, the industry itself. First of all, if you're talking about the industry itself, right, the problems they face is multidimensional in nature. What I can tell you, Indian engineers are very good in designing aspect of it. But when it comes to actually manufacturing it or to, there's something called packages, okay? So to come up with those packages and something, that is not where we are deeply invested in. But you will see most of the Indian engineers are working in all of these industries at various levels. It's not that we don't have the skill set, it's just that we don't have the platform where we can actually work with your own set of industries where you get to do all of these things by yourself. Okay, I really feel that this could be a discussion on its own, as a separate, maybe a workshop or maybe a seminar topic, as to understand what industry is facing and what skill set you will be getting out of each of the course you will be learning in this particular program.
Okay, look forward to that, but this is really exciting. Let's take this forward. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah. Yeah, any other questions you guys have?
Thank you, Sushil, for the detailed overview. It's really helpful for the students. So, yeah, let me answer a few of the questions on a generic things.
Guruman Singh, registered for EEC and Embedded C. Will the details be shared in the email? Okay, for both these courses, you'd have registered via the Google form. Maybe by next week, the pending payment will be enabled in your dashboard, and there will be an announcement for you regarding that. Okay, and Christy Fan, same thing. Yeah, the pending payment will be enabled, and you'll have to pay from there. This will take minimum 3-4 days. Yeah. So, any other generic queries on the program? Yes, Gaurav.
Ma'am, do diploma level students need to fill in that form for embedded C program? We did get the option to choose embedded C in our registration form.
Anyone who has to do embedded C has to fill the Google form. You might have known we are offering embedded C only this term, right? So not the diploma or the foundation, there is no difference. Anyone who has to do the embedded C now will have to submit their request through the G form only, and then only the payment will be enabled.
Ma'am?
Ma'am, we did make some payment in this regard while doing the registration for embedded C. So will we have to make another payment when we submit the G form?
You mean to say during the registration process you have paid for embedded C?
Yes,
No.
ma'am.
No. Embedded C did not appear in the course registration form at all.
No, I actually got it and I have paid for
It
that.
appeared for me and I didn't make a payment.
Yeah. I too
Yes,
have
ma'am.
paid actually.
It appeared we made a payment.
for that.
Yeah.
For embedded C, you have made the payment in the form registration form itself. So
Yes.
then just submit the Google form
Yes,
link.
ma'am.
Just submit the Google form link. The Google form per se doesn't ask for any payment. So it asked about your interest to take up the subject. Just submit that. Let's look at it.
And then will we have to make some additional payment after that?
See, if you have already paid, no, it wouldn't again come to you.
Yeah.
For those who didn't get it in the application form, for them the link would be enabled.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. Yes, Muthukrishna?
Ma'am, regarding this, I earlier asked Victoria ma'am regarding this, and she told that those who have completed all 8 foundation courses need not to fill the form, but as others said, we were able to see embedded C in our registration itself, and we have paid it.
That is good. Okay. Right.
Thank you.
Any more queries on the registration program or anything else? Yeah, that's good. Okay. So Veera Manikanda has joined now. Okay, so just to summarize, we just had the orientation for the foundation level courses, starting with English 1, English 2, Max 1, and then the Introduction to C Programming, then the Linux Shell, and the Embedded C. Okay, and Embedded C, we are at, we'll look at Embedded C, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, right. So let's have the orientation for the Embedded C Programming, the course that we are going to offer for the first time. I welcome the instructors to do the needful, please.
Yeah, thanks, Simkami. Okay, so let me share my screen. Second.
It's actually a very tough choice, sir, to stay here or to go to the IPL match.
Yeah, so my screen is visible, right?
Yes, visible.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so welcome to the orientation session for the embedded C, right? So our course faculty is Dr. Nitin, professor at IIT Madras, Department of Electrical Engineering, right? And our set of course instructor is, first one is Arup Kumar Chattopadhyay, second one Atul Pratap Singh, third Levin Akhtar, and myself Subhendu Gore. And what will be the learning objective of the embedded C, right? What will be the learning outcome of the embedded C, right? So first is embedded C programming. So you can develop proficiency in writing, debugging, and optimized like embedded C course. And we'll focus on the memory management, bit manipulation, and low-level hardware interfacing. Then microcontrollers architecture and application. So you can understand the basic microcontroller architecture, including CPU, memory, and I/O interface. And you can apply the knowledge to select the appropriate microcontrollers for different embedded application. And the peripheral interfacing. So you can learn to interface and manage peripherals such as sensors, motors, and display. And the RTOS concept, or real-time operating system concept, right? So you'll gain a basic understanding a real-time operating systems. So you can learn their role in managing tasks, scheduling, priorities, resource allocation, and embedded system, right? So now we'll see the course slide outline. This will be the tentative, this will be like around tentative. So this is, so in week 1 we'll be learning about the introduction to embedded system and the microcontroller. So this week we'll start with the basic. We'll define what is embedded system and understand the difference between microcontroller and microprocessors. We'll explore various microcontroller families to give you a broad perspective. Then we'll focus on the STM32 family, which will be our main platform for this course. And the week 2 will be learning basic of embedded C programming. So in the second week, we'll dive into the fundamental of C programming, specifically tailored for embedded system. We'll cover essential concepts like data types, control structures, and function. Additionally, we'll focus on the memory management and basic I/O operation. This foundation is crucial for effective embedded programming and will prepare you for more advanced topic in the upcoming weeks. Week 30 is intermediate STM32 programming and architecture, right? So this week we'll delve into the specific STM32 programming. We'll start with the basic of general purpose input output, which is essential for interfacing with hardware components. We'll also introduce the STM32 clock system, basic serial communication using UART, and time management using timers. Lastly, we'll touch analog to digital converters, which are vital for the reading analog inputs. Week 4, advanced peripheral interfacing, right? So week 4 is all about the advanced peripheral interfacing. We'll explore more sophisticated GPIO features and dive into the SPI and I2C communication protocol. We'll learn about the pulse width modulation for accelerated control and using timer for time capturing. Additionally, we'll integrate various sensors, enhancing your system capability to interact with the physical world. Week 5, digital communication protocol. So this week we'll take a deep dive into a digital communication protocol. We'll revisit UART, SPI, and I2C, providing more in-depth coverage and practical applications. Additionally, we'll introduce CAN protocol also, so commonly used in automotive and industrial application. Understanding this protocol is key to developing robust embedded system, right? Week 6 is advanced peripheral interfacing. So in week 6, we'll build on our previous discussion on peripheral interfacing. We'll focus on more on integrating both digital and analog sensors, which are crucial for creating a responsive system. We'll also cover the basic of wireless communication system and discuss power management technique to ensure our system are both effective and efficient. Week 7, embedded software design pattern and system architecture, right? So this week we'll shift our focus to software design. We'll introduce various software architecture and common design patterns used in embedded system. We'll learn about the about event-driven programming, which is critical for handle real-time events. We'll also cover error handling, debugging techniques to ensure your code is reliable and maintainable. So week 8 will be practice and problem solving. So practice and problem solving. So week 8 is dedicated to hands-on practice. So we'll work on the exercise and challenges designed to reinforce the concept we have covered so far. So This practical experience is vital for solidifying your understanding and improving your problem solving skill. Week 9 is RTOS, Introduction to Real-Time Operating System, right? So in week 9, we'll introduce real-time operating system. So we'll cover the basic and basic feature of RTOS and demonstrate how to integrate RTOS and STM32 project. You'll learn about the synchronization mechanism, timing, scheduling, which are essential for real-time application. Week 10, Advanced Embedded C concept. So this week we'll delve into the advanced C programming concept for embedded system. We'll cover advanced memory management techniques, low-level device access, and efficient data handling. Additionally, we'll discuss optimization strategies and for real-time performance advanced debugging to enhance your development process. Right. Week 11, development tools and debugging techniques. So in week 11, we'll explore the various development tools available for embedded system. We'll discuss version control system, which are crucial for managing your code base. We'll also cover the advanced debugging technique, statistics, code analysis, and automated testings, continuous integration, that CI, practical to improve your code quality and development efficiency, right? Week 12, all about the safety, ethics, and professional practice. So in our final week, we'll discuss the broader aspect of working in the embedded system field. We'll cover ethical consideration and safety standards that ensure your system are safe and reliable. We'll also touch on security fundamental to protect our systems from vulnerabilities. Finally, we'll discuss professional development and emerging trends in embedded system. This is all about the syllabus course outlines of embedded C. Right, and there will be 2 quizzes and 1 NTAM will be there, and for every week there will be graded assignments and practice assignment will be there, and for some week, like most of the week, will be the programming assignment will be there. And reference material, so I've listed the reference material, textbook and reference book. So we'll be covering on the all the things will be whatever will be there. So that things will be present in this textbook. So one is making embedded system design pattern for great software by Ilika White, and programming embedded system in C, C++ by Mitchell Barr, and this is the reference book. So we can note down this reference book. Yeah, so if you have any doubt in embedded system, you can post.
Yeah, sir, I have one doubt. Will we have offline or online labs for embedded C?
Yeah, lab will be there. Will give some kind of a programming assignment will be there. So later we'll tell what type of lab and what how we can submit all the things. So later we'll discuss in this.
Right,
While
sir.
Course will provide all the things.
Yeah, right, sir. I understand. So will we have to purchase an STM32 board?
So mostly will be online simulator will be there. So I think without purchasing, it will be, you can do that.
Okay, sir. Which is the one that you'll recommend to us? Is that told?
That will provide all the things. So we have also we'll recorded all the how we can do basically that there is various online simulator is there, but I think there is will follow one Walkie online simulator will be there. So whatever the things will be there, so we'll share with the while course learning. Don't worry. We'll record one video how to how to simulate, how to do the project, all the things. Don't worry.
Okay, sir. So is there any SDM board that is recommended?
STM32 we are following. We are following STM32 Nucleo GR47RE, something like that.
So it's the blue pill, red pill.
Yeah, correct. So don't worry. While course running, we'll provide all the details to you. Don't worry. So.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
Any doubt in the embedded C?
This one, how the Linux is going to be helpful here? I mean, in this course.
So Linux is prerequisite. So while we'll see so suppose you are connecting any peripheral or something like that, you will get cell, right? So how to interact with that peripheral like motor or something like that. So you'll get to know all the things.
And will be given any recommended hardware kit from IIT that we need to buy?
So mostly will be in the online simulator.
No, but we want to have a hands-on experience on the hardware. Can we have that also?
Yeah, so we'll be using STM32 Niclo G47RE, something like that.
Yeah, and along with that, I think we need to buy some motor and a different sensor.
Yeah, yeah.
So those
So
list.
Yeah, Shubhendu,
yeah,
can I take this part?
yeah, you can take.
Okay. We have a small idea on how we are going to conduct this assignment. So let
Yeah.
me share how this will be. Okay. So we are planning to use this walkbee simulator for your practice, right? So this walkbee actually has support for different types of data boards. You can work around with different types of boards in here. This is what we are planning to take you through. And mostly we will be using this Nucleo board, STM32 Nucleo board for your simulation. So this has all these components. So you need it by the actual thing to simulate this. And peripherals that you might need to be working with throughout this course. Okay, and there will be also virtual labs which we are planning to conduct, so that there will be a actual board that being kept on a virtual place, and you will get access to that. And we are not sure about how that will go, but sure this virtual simulations will be also there. Okay.
Yeah, I think I can understand this the virtual parts, but what I was expecting that in this course we'll have a very intensive experiment on the hardware, and hands-on we'll be having the raw code directly debugging to the board, and then running the code and seeing the errors. And so those things I was expecting. So will be that thing is going to be part of this also.
Same point,
Debugging
sir.
in the
I
sense.
also have the Nucleo board at home. Can I also use this for this course?
Yeah, you can use that for this course. So this is the board that we are going to follow, like STM32 Nucleo boards. So there will be different series, C0, F0, G series, and different series are there.
Right, sir.
Yeah.
So that is very interesting to know, sir. Thank you so much.
If you have that, you can use the board, but it is not like okay.
Yeah.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. So, what's the difference between the C program and this embedded C program?
So okay. So embedded, I will.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. So embedded C program focuses on interfacing with this actual peripherals, while C program maybe we'll just use for general. But embedded C programming mostly involves in working with the microcontroller systems.
Sir,
It is
I think
mostly
your
like.
voice is breaking.
So am I audible now?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes.
Louis.
You are right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in the C, embedded C programming, you will be using C. The language will be C, but mostly the code that you write will be involving in interfacing with the peripherals and controlling the microcontrollers, that sort of code, rather than the general computation, performing general computational and IO kind of codes. That will be the difference. So here you bit manipulation will be involved. So embedded C is just C, but for a different use case. That's it.
Yes, sir. So we are going to use only the C programming, but on a very practical kind of thing.
Practical, different application, you can say. C programming
Yes,
can
sir.
be used to just perform a simple mathematical computation, file handling, and those different things, right? But here, this
Yes, sir.
embedded C programming will involve in working with this embedded systems and microcontrollers.
Yes, sir. So it's like a merging between the C program and microcontroller.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, Prapanchan.
Yeah. So one more question I have, this burning of the code on the target board will be also given in this session. There are some protocol for that
Sorry?
also, no? No, when we want to load some certain code on the target board, so there are
Yeah.
different protocol being used, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. So those things also be given any session on that in this embedded C.
So programming won't be the very important part of this, but you do have some weightage on that. So I don't think we'll focus on the course content. I don't think won't cover that details of actually doing a hands-on with the real machine.
Okay, I understood.
Okay, so and one more thing, there will be no offline lab for this embedded C. So all the things will be in online. Okay, so any doubt?
Any future courses will be covered for the target board? Any future course in this BS Electronics?
So I'm not like I can't say at this moment, so I'm not sure about that.
Okay.
Okay, Sibigami.
Yeah, okay. So thank you, students, for being with us all the while. So I hope you would have got an overview of the foundation courses that you're planning to take up in the midterm. And best wishes to all of you. My sincere thanks to all the instructors for joining us today and helping the students know more about the courses that they are going to take. And any other generic questions on the program?
Hello,
Anything
ma'am.
about the courses? Yeah, tell me, Muthukrishnan.
Yes, ma'am. May I ask some non-academic questions to you regarding the generic issue?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, ma'am. It's regarding the discourse access. Because in previous term I wasn't given access to English to discourse forum.
Okay.
And also like that subjects which I chose on the first term, I'm not able to see the forums for those subjects also in discourse.
Okay,
So,
something to do with the settings only. We'll resolve this by Monday. Okay, connect with one of us, either me or Victoria, or a chat. We'll resolve it.
yes, ma'am. Yes, thank you.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, thank you.
So, ma'am, what is the final deal? We have to still fill the G form for embedded systems, even if we have.
Madam, it is better to fill the G form because it is only asking your interest to take up the subject.
Okay.
So please fill that, but don't, if you have already made the payment, in case there is another pending payment link also, don't make unless you check with us. That's all.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks.
Okay. Yes. Bye. Thank you. Okay. So thank you, students, for being with us today, and best wishes for the upcoming midterm. Hope all of you
study well and go up the ladder and complete the subjects and move on to the next levels. My sincere thanks to the instructors as well. Yeah, thank you so much. Bye.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am.
Yes, thank you.
Ma'am?
Thank you,
Tell
ma'am.
me. Yes.
Yeah, ma'am, one last query regarding lab payment. Because I have paid for Paradox accommodation also and also to lab, but two of those days are clashing with each other. So it was earlier told that it will be refunded later.
Yes, that all that will happen once we are done with the Paradox and lab.
Yeah,
It will
yes,
happen
ma'am.
as first it will happen. Yeah.
Yes, yes. Thank you, ma'am.
Right. Thank you so much, everyone. Bye.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, everyone.